Here's a question that no one ever asks. Why do you want money? Not in some vague philosophical sense, but really, why do you want it? Because no one's out here trying to manifest stacks of $100 bills just to frame them and put them on the wall. No one's trying to go to sleep every night on a mattress made of banknotes. What people actually want is what they think money will give them. The new house, the freedom, travel, security, the ability to say no, and the ability to say yes. Money is never the real goal, it's the middleman. And the reason it is so difficult for people to manifest money is because of the way the world has programmed us to see it. We've been taught to obsess over the currency, rather than the current of desire itself. We've been trained to look at money as the obstacle between us and our dreams, when in reality it's a side effect. So in this video, I'm going to show you why you should stop trying to manifest money altogether, and what you should do instead to see real results. So let's get started. So money is the only thing that people try to manifest with a sense of panic. They can imagine a new relationship, a job, or an adventure with a sense of joy. But when it comes to money, it's suddenly desperation, tension, and pressure. And it's because we place money on a pedestal so high that we now fear it more than we value it. But here's what people forget. Money isn't wealth. It's just a symbol of wealth. It's a representation, a placeholder, a piece of paper or a digital number that says, this equals potential energy. But energy can take any form, and that's the key. There's more printed currency in circulation now than at any point in human history. Central banks are literally inventing digits out of thin air. And yet, despite this abundance, people are still thinking and behaving like they're poor. And why is this? Because it's not about how much money exists, it's about how we're trained to see it. You've been taught to chase the means rather than the end. You've been taught to obsess over the tools rather than the outcome. That's why it's hard to manifest money, because in your mind it's not just a desire, it's a barrier, it's a gatekeeper and a test. So let's just remove it completely. So if you were ordering something online, you wouldn't sit down and obsess over the delivery van. You wouldn't visualize the driver's route or try and manifest the exact petrol used to fuel the van. You just focus on the package showing up at your door. But when people want a new life, they visualize the money instead of the life. That's like ordering a van and hoping that a package comes up with it. Money is the delivery method, not the thing you want. So stop manifesting money and start manifesting the result. You want a new home? Visualize the new home. Feel yourself living in it. Smell the paint and sit on the sofa. You don't think about the mortgage or the deposit. You just go direct. And if you want to travel the world, well then you just imagine already being there. You don't need to afford it. You just need to be it. Walk the streets of Rome in your imagination. Hear the sounds of the airport. You're not manifesting money, you're manifesting the state of being. When you fully enter the state, the path, the money, the opportunity, the invitation, it takes care of itself. It arrives through whatever channel it needs to. By skipping the middleman, you allow the universe to use any route possible, not just the one that you're fixated on. So let's be honest about something. The world is rich beyond measure, but most people are still programmed to think poor. Not because they are poor, because they've been told that they are. From the moment you could understand words, you were being trained. Money doesn't grow on trees. That's too expensive. We can't afford that. These aren't just innocent phrases, they're installations, scripts that run quietly in the background of your subconscious. And what happens when you finally start to want more? Well, suddenly you feel guilt, anxiety, and disbelief. Not because your desire is wrong, but because the programming kicks in. Who am I to think that I can have that? And if you do try to manifest, what do? You go straight to money, straight to the symbol, straight to the one thing that represents every wound, every fear, every doubt you've ever had about not being enough. But here's the thing, money doesn't show up to people who need it. It shows up to people who already feel the state it represents. Safety, freedom, and joy. You can't out-manifest your own programming if you still see money as the solution, not your mind as the cause. So how do you actually manifest without money? Well, it starts by asking better questions. Not how do I get the money to afford this, but what do I really want? And what does it feel like to already have it? Because if you go straight to the thing or the experience, you bypass all that mental noise about money. You skip the calculations, you skip the doubt, you go direct. Let's say you want to live in a penthouse apartment in the city. Most people immediately think of the price tag, the deposit, the mortgage, their current bank balance. That's not manifesting, that's just reacting to what already exists. But if you close your eyes and imagine what it would feel like to wake up in that apartment, if you can see the skyline through the window, feel the texture of the furniture, hear the sounds of the city below, and walk through that space as if it's yours, you've entered the end state. You're no longer asking how it comes, you're declaring that it already is. And here's the secret: the universe responds to states, not struggles. It doesn't need your bank statements, it needs your belief. It needs your acceptance of the reality of your desire as already done. When you hold the image of the end and you feel its truth, the how begins to organize itself without you forcing it through money. That's when job opportunities appear. That's when someone suddenly offers you something. That's when resources line up in a way your logical mind could never predict. Think about it. How many times have things come into your life that you never even expected? That's the natural intelligence of manifestation. And it works best when you stop narrowing it down to one delivery method. If you only try and manifest money, you're telling the universe it has to come this way. It's like telling a genie, give me bricks and cement, when what you actually want is a house. Forget the bricks, visualize the house. When you stop focusing on money and start focusing on the feeling of the fulfilled desire, you allow life to deliver in the most effortless and efficient way. And often it won't require money at all. And that's the irony. Once you no longer need the money to feel the way that you want to feel, then the money or something better will often turn up. So for me, money's not the prize, it's not the power, it's not even the thing that you're really after. It's a piece of paper that passes between hands, but it's never the reason you want what you want. So stop trying to manifest money, cut out the middleman, go straight to the desire, straight to the end result, straight to the version of you that already has it. Because the second you do that, really do that, everything shifts. You stop chasing money and it starts chasing you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like and share, leave me a comment. I always love hearing from you guys. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and join this community of amazing people. Thank you so much for your engagement and support. As always, I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.